Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Pop Anime Comics here from PopAnimeComics.com and the Pop Anime Comics Lounge podcast. And yes, this is Pop Funko Price Guide, where we talk about Pop Funkos, break down prices, give a little back history, talk about what they're worth, what they're selling for, the highs, lows, and to give you an idea of what your Pop Funko might be worth, or if you're in the market to buy one or sell one, you get an idea. So I'm going to be talking about one that I actually just listed up on eBay, and it is from Avatar: The Last Airbender. As you can tell, it is Azula. So obviously, one of the enemies, besides Sozin, the Fire Lord, is Azula throughout the entire Avatar: The Last Airbender series. And she kind of comes in, and she is a little loose in the head, talented firebender, dangerous, kind of tasked when Zuko fails to kill the Avatar, bring him in, kill Zuko in the process, kill Iroh also. And so she's kind of Sozin's favorite little daughter thing, for lack of a better word here. And he's kind of tasking her to be inheriting the Fire Nation, and once they defeat everybody, she's kind of the next in charge. And so that's a little back history on her. And when Avatar: The Last Airbender Pop Funkos came out, there are 3 or 4 variants that are not the normal types, and this is one of them. So there's Aang on an air scooter, which is a hot topic one. There's the Chase, the glow-in-the-dark Chase version of Aang, which is him in the Avatar state, where it's glow-in-the-dark, and that one was more limited, and a bunch of people wound up buying like 100 Aangs from Hot Topic to pick it up. And then there's the Zuko Chase, which had a similar thing but wasn't as popular, and then there's this one. And so this one is part of the Funko Insider Club. It's got that exclusive on it. In other words, it's a GameStop exclusive, but it doesn't have only at GameStop on it. It is a Pop Funko Insider Club Funko, and there's a lot of them. I'm going to be talking about a few more of them in a few weeks. The last one that I just picked up, there's actually 2. I have a Sora from Kingdom Hearts, and then I have a Diva from Nano Cola Diva from Overwatch, is also part of the Funko Insider Club. And so that's kind of the story behind this one. And what is it worth? And so that's just the back history a little bit and kind of giving you information, because when I buy something and I purchase something, and either a comic book or a Pop Funko, the key to everything is there's 3 things that are important. Research. So knowing what this is, knowing the history of it, knowing who this character is useful, knowing the price points, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, because knowing your item, patiently waiting for your item, and the one who has the most information typically will get the best deal. And so that's kind of the theory here with this. So the price points. So average, I actually have it up on a photo, and I'm just pulling it up. The average for this one is $29, according to Pop Funko Price Guide. It average sold for $37.26 in the last 7 days. Its medium value is $37.26. Its low price point was $32.75, and its high price point is $41.76. And so that's the entire price point in the last 7 days. So I'm recording this on June 19th, and it'll be uploaded on June 19th. So that's the last 7 days. So you got a low of 32, you got a high of 41, you got an estimated value at 29, and I actually just listed mine up for 50 or best offer, and I have a number in mind if somebody was to make an offer for me. But if you actually look at where this is priced, I've seen these priced for $30 on the internet. I've seen them. Big Apple Collectibles has it for $40. People have it for like $36, $37. People have it for $53 on the internet. And then there's a whole skew of price points on eBay. There's a bunch of bids. There's an active bid as I'm talking about that's ending in a day, and it's already at $35 with 15 bidders going at it. So that's what's going on with this one. So the price point that I put it at, I've seen them sell for $45, $46, $47. So this is kind of, if you're in the market for this, the low end, if you're really lucky, you could get it for $30. but more likely you're going to be in the $45, $50 range because these things are selling and they're selling through and people want it. And I want to talk a little bit about that also. So that's kind of the price point. And I want to talk a little bit about why people want it. So it's a really cool Pop Funko. Avatar is never been bigger. Both The Last Airbender, Korra, there just came a Korra book. And I know Azula's not in Korra, but anything that has a continuation of a series, even if it's a sequel or it's another one or it's another book or another graphic novel, tends to help the original if it's done right. In the Korra book that continues the story of Korra, it really does help Avatar as a series and as a franchise. And then the other thing, which I think is also going to drive it up, and it's not going to happen immediately, but it will eventually occur, is that with Avatar, we are getting a Netflix series and a live-action Netflix series. And that could do really well. It could do really bad. A lot of money is being pumped into it, and it's going to be popular. And so I think that's the other thing why this thing is now being driven up, because people are saying, hey, you know what is fear of missing out? Saying, look, I know this thing is going to be worth $70, $80 in a year, and it's only $30 now, or it's only $40 now, and that I have the money, and that I know that it's going to be a pain in the ass to find later on. And so I think that's why this stuff is selling and is going to sell and is going to move. And it's an exclusive also, and with all that, when she does appear on the big screen in live action, and we had the Avatar: The Last Airbender failed movie, the Netflix series is probably going to be a hell of a lot better. And when she appears on it, I guarantee you that it's going to increase in value. And even things that, this one's in really good condition. I have another one that is not in so great condition. It's not beat up. It's got a little nick on it. It's got a little blowout, as I like to call it. But I have a feeling that one's going to be $70, even in a bit of a rougher shape. And so I think that's what it is. And the reason why I'm selling mine right now is that I'm moving. It's time that there are other Pop Funkos that I want. And I do have another one out there. So that's part of it also, is that my price point at $50, I think, is fair given the current market, given there's a lot of competition. And I do have another one out there. And so that's and I have another one that I'm saving for my personal collection, and eventually I will unload it. But I do think that in the future, this thing is easily going to be $70, $80. And so that's something to keep in mind with it and everything that's going. And the fact that there are active bidders on it right now, going up $35, $40, $45. This is an easily sellable Pop Funko. There's a lot of attention for all the reasons why I listed. And so that's kind of my thing with this one. And it's just a good time to sell it. It's a good time to buy it because there is competition. A lot of people are selling them, but they are selling through and a lot of people want them. And there isn't a huge amount of these out there, so it's kind of cool, and it's a good opportunity to get it if you want it, because I think this one is a relatively safe bet as an investment, knowing that at some point you're going to unload it. Most people who collect these like them. And the way I like my collection, I'm just going to give this tidbit of information to everybody who watches this and pays attention, but everything I buy, I like in my collection. I don't buy something to sell it immediately. I know certain ones are going to be sellable, and I'm going to make money on them. And I have. And I speak about this all the time in these videos, and I'm going to continue to talk about that. But I have to like it first. And so I have a Battle Deku. I didn't buy my Battle Deku because I love My Hero Academia. I will make money on my Battle Deku because I love My Hero Academia and I like staring at it. But then, in 3-4 years, when I get sick of it, it's time to let it go, and then I'll pick up something different, like, I might get into some anime that has Pop Funkos, like Neon Genesis Evangelion is going to get a bunch of Pop Funkos, or Ruby's getting a bunch of Pop Funkos. And so that's the things that I like those things too, and so you move something else out. But requirements for me is that I have to like it. It has to, for the most part, be an exclusive, and it also has to be within reasonably priced, where I'm not going to go drop $100 on a Pop Funko. I will drop $15, $20, or $25, and in a rare case, I might drop $35 if it's a cool exclusive, and that's the average going price for it. But those are really my requirements with it. And so the reason why I say that with this is that I bought this because I like it, and I bought two because I knew that they are very cool, and that I knew that I would eventually unload one of them, or in a lot of cases I buy two because a lot of these things get damaged. And so this one's a really good one, and the other one's really good too. It's got a little nick, and it's nice, but if you get two, the chances of one of them coming back better is a lot higher than both of them than if you just bought one coming back, and you increase your odds. And that's the other reason why I bought a second one, and both of them came really good. Just one of them has a bit of a nick on it, and a little bit of like blowout. So that's kind of my entire feel on this. But I think that if you were to pick this up on eBay, if you spent $40, you spent $45 on it, $45, I think you would do just fine once that Netflix special comes out, because I know and everybody else knows that Avatar: The Last Airbender live action on Netflix is going to break Netflix, because you're going to have a generation that grew up in Avatar, you're going to have a generation that grew up in Korra, you're going to have people who are in both, and you're going to have people who have no idea what this is and are going to be like, oh, this is cool, let me see what's going on. And then you're going to have a bunch of fans who like it, and you're going to have a bunch of people wanting to get stuff signed. Signed Pop Funkos are a big deal. And so you're going to get that, and one thing's going to lead to another, and it's going to drive up price. And also you're going to get people who watched Avatar, who haven't watched Avatar ever again, rewatch Avatar. And so it can only benefit, the show can only benefit this Pop Funko. It can't hurt it, because any publicity driven towards this in a mainstream media will increase its value. So that's my entire take on it. Hope you enjoy it. I make these videos because I like educating people, and I want everybody to be an educated consumer when you go out and get your Pop Funkos. And when you're buying it, you're selling it. I buy, sell Pop Funkos, a lot of them. I buy and sell comic books all the time. I deal with Pokemon cards, Magic cards, and I'm not giving you my eBay store because I have no desire to sell you upon anything. This is just advice. You could take it however you want. But I like when I deal with educated consumers, because the best deals with my comic books when I buy them or selling them is when I'm dealing with educated people, because everybody comes to the table and those deals go so quickly, so fast, because everybody's given a fair price. And so I'll back off $30, they'll come up $30, and it's a fair price on everything. And I like those deals a lot. I do not like deals when I'm dealing with somebody who is not an educated consumer, because that is really, really hard to deal with. And it's really hard to have a good beneficiary discussion / negotiation. And so that's why I make these videos, because this helps to make those, and it helps when I sell things or when I buy things that everybody knows information, and everybody is come to the table on an equal footing, and everybody walks away from the deal happy. And that's what these videos are meant to do. So I appreciate it. I'm just going to do a quick rundown on my social media. Obviously, subscribe to this channel. If you're seeing this video, you like what I talk about, please subscribe. I appreciate it. Also, feel free to share this video. Tell somebody, this is meant to help people. My Twitter handle is @PopAnimeComics. I like when people follow me. I tweet a lot. I tweet a lot about wrestling and a lot of other cool stuff, and articles, and my articles that I write, other people's articles. A lot of cool stuff. It's a pop culture hub. My Instagram, where you can catch Pop Funkos, comic books, cool pictures that I find. Sometimes I'm going to throw some cryptic stuff up there just to tease some other stuff. So you can check that out. That's Pop Anime Comics. The website is popanimecomics.com. I write about anime, comics, and pop culture. You can also catch the podcast on my website. It's in a sidebar. It's really cool. You can be scrolling through my website listening to my podcast. Really cool thing. It's interesting. I'm sure you'll enjoy it, because I interview voice actors, comic writers, artists, wrestlers, and cosplayers. As well as the podcast is on iTunes, SoundCloud, Stitcher Radio. It is called Pop Anime Comics Lounge. Just type it in. You'll find it. Just Google it. It's out there. And my Facebook page, if I didn't already mention it, and we are on a trend here, it is Pop Anime Comics. So definitely check that out. I live stream on Saturdays. I'm actually on a 2-week vacation, so I'm most likely not going to be live streaming for the next 2 weeks. But you can catch me. All the live streams are saved there. I also live stream panels and things like that. So every once in a while you'll get a free panel at a con just for joining my channel. All this is in the link down below, by the way. So that's everything I got. Hopefully you find these videos helpful, and hopefully, you know what it is, if you're in the market for looking for this, you now have an idea of what this goes for, what the pricing of this is, and hopefully this video helps you. I will catch you in the next one.